Listen, son, to all the sons out there. You can be anything you want to be. Keep God first and love yourself, love your family, and chase your dreams. Welcome to the Listen, Son podcast.
All right, everybody. Your favorite guys are back. Your Listen, Son podcast family. Today we got somebody, man. One of the young brothers, man, he paving his own way. He doing his thing. You're gonna get to learn about him. Some of y'all might say that's your cousin, but that's my brother right there. Yeah, I introduce him in a second. But man, we got a good episode coming to y'all. So we got my dad looking good in the Brew Crew.
What's up, y'all?
We got bro, as always.
What up, though?
Oh, there it is. All right. Then we got you got your boy. This is MJ, and thank you for Listen Son family. And then our guest is my brother. Like I said, I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Kadeem Hunter, man, and I am here in Atlanta, Georgia. My brother got me on the podcast. I've seen the episodes. I was locked in. I knew he was on to something since the first episode. So, I was like, hey, how can I tap in? Like, what can I bring to the table? What can I bring to the epic conversations that y'all had, man? So I'm happy to be in the spot, with my family. So yeah.
Let's go. Hey, before we get to learn about Kadeem, y'all, I'm hot about something. And we're gonna start with a little hot topic first, because y'all gonna love KD. But I gotta start with this. This got me hot. So hey, without further ado, let me bring this to everybody here, because we gotta talk about this. Everybody on here, man, we big prime time. We prime time family over here. And my boy went out. They won 53-0 today. Jackson State. Ooh. And then we got this we got to listen to real quick. Check this out.
I've been saying, God bless you. Appreciate you and everything. I'm pissed off right now because I have mixed emotions. We won. Kids played really well. But while the game was going on, somebody came in and stole every darn thing I had in my locker room, in the coach's office. Yeah. Credit cards, wallet, watches. Thank God I had on my necklaces. How? So when I talk about quality and raising the standards, and that goes for everyone, man. Not just the people on the field, not just the coaches, not just the teachers, not just the faculty, but that's everybody, security and everybody. So how do you think it feels coming back after just teary-eyed because the guys have presented me with the game ball, one of the best moments I've ever had in my professional sports career emotionally. And then you go into your locker room, your coach's office, to digress, and you notice and you don't even have a phone to call your mama, to call your girl, to call your kids, because it's been stolen. You don't even have the Scully hats that you wore here. We're going to find out who did it.
My man is a Hall of Famer. He changed the game. He goes and take a job so that it opens doors for African-American athletes, African-American coaches. He won his first game, like I said, 53-0. He go into the locker room, everything gone. Randy showed me some stuff earlier where they took my man stereo.
Yeah, that was about a month ago. They took, one of those retro like boom boxes, the Bluetooth boom boxes. I forget the manufacturer, but he just had one of those taken from his vehicle, man.
It was gifted to him, and they did find out who did it. He took it to the streets.
Got it back. He got it back. Yeah, this is the second time, man.
Raw emotion.
Woo.
Y'all go ahead, man. Raw emotion. I got my thoughts. I want to hear from y'all, man.
Well, I look at it like this, bro. Like you said, not only, did he go to Jackson State looking to, bring another level to HBCU football, being, obviously being the Hall of Famer that he is. So not only was he, he's trying to rebuild a culture or build a culture there, and get more of the top, prospects to consider HBCU. So it's really a slap in the face, man. it seems like, I've been following on social media. It seems like he's really trying to do a lot, not just for that football program, but for that community as a whole. So, me having some students down there, it's disheartening to see, man. It's disheartening to see.
Mm.
Pops,
Yeah, man.
Kadeem.
It's bad business. You know, I attended a HBCU, so the fact that these players, I mean, this school has a legend, a football NFL legend that's willing to put in the work, like Randy said, put in the work to change and uplift the community. Like it be your own people. It be your own people. And I really hate that saying. I hate it because it's a hard pill to swallow. But we all know how the community of Jackson, Mississippi is. I've been there a few times, and it's it has its ups and downs. But the fact that he's brave enough to go down there and try to turn this whole thing around is amazing. But I mean, I'm pretty sure he knew he had his work cut out for him. It sucks, but I'm pretty sure he knew what he was getting himself into.
Yes, they hungry down there. They hungry down there, man. Just like a lot of places around the country, inner cities and different rural areas around the country, especially in the South, man. Economically things aren't stable. So unfortunately, sometimes we rob, steal, hurt the people closest to us, and it might just be a reflection of what's going on, economically in that community.
Mm-hmm.
Nephew, welcome to the Listen Son podcast. To my sons and my nephew. Dion was one of my favorite players, man, watching. But to me, this goes back to raising, man. We financially, I didn't have the great means, but we had love in our family. My granddad taught us one thing you're not going to do. You're not going to take anything. And that's what hit me, man. You do not take what doesn't belong to you. I don't care who you are. My grandfather told us if we went to jail for anything, stealing, taking, we were just going to be there. He wasn't coming to get us. It's no excuses. He didn't believe in that. I know it's tough times once again, but once again, that like he said, you go, you like MJ said, you creating jobs, you're trying to give young men and people something to look forward to, and you come back, and things that belong to you are gone. There's no excuse for that.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for that. When we were coaching, and some of my guys was coaching, MJ, you know this. Carl, Elijah, Kadeem, y'all know this, man. You do not take anything that doesn't belong to you. And I feel him. I feel him. I could go on, fellas. I know we on the show, but that pisses me off. Really,
Yeah,
it did. You know what I'm saying?
It pissed me off too, because now, hey, this is the second time we got to talk to the head of security. We got to figure out what's going on. That man stuff should be. I done been at the MPS game. It has been locked up better than that. Like you can't go to some place. We got to talk to the head of security, and then after they took the gifted stereo that was taken away from him earlier, he even said on camera, I wanted to talk to the person that did it, because he was gonna give him a job. He was gonna be like, you ain't got to steal from me. I'll give you a job within my athletic department.
Absolutely.
And I wholeheartedly think he would do that. So, like I said, man, you got a Hall of Famer. You got a person that you got so much access to, and this is what you do. This is what you do. So it's just disrespectful. I hope we get some more viewers that are gonna watch this episode that comment on that. But we gotta treat people that invest in our communities. You get people that you wonder why they'll never come back. Why they'll never come back. Why they don't ever give back? Why they ain't got, he in the NBA, but the high school he went to got terrible uniforms or something like, well, this is one of the examples why. So Pops, I see you had something, but I'm gonna go on and go.
I know. I just want to say this too. You brought up something. Do you know who he is, man? Who he is, who he know? I guarantee you, if you went to Dion and you asked him, whomever it is, for anything, I guarantee you he'd do his best to help you.
Yeah. And he come from humble beginnings, from what I.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. All right. So now we got we're gonna turn from the district. We're gonna end up coming back to another disrespectful topic. This is gonna be a disrespectful episode, I guess, full of disrespectful content. But we're gonna show respect. We're gonna show respect to KD first, though. I wanna get the people to know who you are. So, you my brother, like I said, but you had to move away from some time and you had to make your own path. But let's bring it back to the earlier days. Were you interested in sports, and things like that? Did you try it out? And what was primarily you and your dad's relationship growing up?
Oh man, my earlier in my life, man, I knew one thing I wanted was to belong and to have some sort of brotherhood, because I was the only child growing up. And I put brotherhood above a lot of things, including sports. But that sense of brotherhood was the reason I ended up, playing basketball when I moved to Atlanta, playing baseball, running track, just to have that sense of friendship. When I lived in Milwaukee, I had y'all. I didn't have to make friends. I moved to Atlanta at age 7. So all I knew was, my brothers. I mean, we cousins, but for the viewers, we're cousins, but we brothers. That's what we call each other. And that's what we are. And so when I moved to Atlanta, it hurt. It hurt a lot because I felt naked. I didn't know how to maneuver. This is a different city. This is a different culture. And I didn't know how to make friends. I didn't know how to do that. But being at the same time, being the person that I am and the father that I have, because I survived that. Me and my dad moved down to Atlanta first. So it was just me and my dad. And we was, we was taking it day by day. And then, shortly after that, my mom came down. So, that sense of, that male, figure, I always had that, because it was just me and my dad. And our relationship, as I got older, it grew closer. Like now we're closer than we've ever been. We've always been close. We've never been distant. But now that I'm walking that path as a man, I actually see and understand the things he tried to instill in me. And, as a young man, you think you know everything. You think you're untouchable. You think it's like, come on, Dad, it's a new day and age. But you find out like it's really not. It is, but like the same rules apply. Yeah. So now, hey, me and my dad, we just chop it up. You know what I'm saying? That's my best friend for real. So that's really how things went in my early life. Luckily, I was always that type of kid that wanted to try out new things. So, like I said, first it was basketball, then it was baseball, then it was track, and then it was the band. And here down south, the band culture is top tier, tier. And it changed. It changed a lot. I guess it's because of the lack of funds when it comes to the HBCU and high school pipeline. But when I was in high school, 2008 to 2011, it was booming. You had movies like Drumline. You had all these things coming about because of the pipeline that the HBCU band program gave to the high school students. And they paid for a lot of high school students around America to go to school for free. The athletic that the athletic department and all that is very competitive. You want to go to school for sports, we already know it's competitive. But with the band, it was like, come one, come all. As long as you know what you're supposed to know, we giving you $20,000 to go to an HBCU. You know, the PWIs wasn't doing that. So that's why that band culture was so prominent here. Not because it was just entertaining, but because of the opportunity it gave Black students from the hood and from the suburbs. You know, it gave them a way out. Like, you know, I remember recruiting kids to the band that would skip school every day. But they found out I could go to school for free if I just pick up this trumpet and learn some notes. Like, now, you know, they're accountants, they're lawyers, you know what I'm saying? So it really changed their life around. So like, once I joined the band, it was like a family for me, and I was in love with it ever since, still is.
What was your interest in the band? You know, some people don't know what your role was in the band.
So I joined the band, and I joined the high school band in 6th grade. I was on the drum line. I played snare drum. That's all I wanted to play was the drums. I didn't like the trombone, even though I know how to play it. I didn't like the tuba, even though I know how to play that. But it was something about that drum. So when I hit 9th grade, I tried out for drum major. And in a show style band, that's what they call Black bands, a show style band, the role of drum major is very important. And it's a very vigorous tryout. And it's like a 3-month tryout. And it's vigorous physically, academically, mentally, all of that. They want to make sure you are the top tier student first. They want you to have good grades. They want you to have, you know, a great GPA. You have to be like a star student of this organization, and you have to be the best musician. So high school, around 10th grade, I made drum major, which is, you know, unheard of when it comes to that culture in high school. Usually they're seniors. So the drum majors who were alongside of me were older than me, and I was the youngest, because they saw leadership qualities within me. Shout out to my dad.
Big shout out. Yeah.
Shout out to Pops. And I fell in love. I fell in love with it. I was like, yo, I want to do this in college, you know? So I went down to Florida A&M University, and I did their band camp for about a month as a drum major. And I won awards. I won awards in Atlanta. And I think what drove me when it came to the band was that sense of family, that sense of brotherhood. I made long life friends. We're friends still, you know, to this day. So that's what it provided for me.
Got you. Pops, I think you wanted to talk a little bit about the move, huh?
Yeah, but fellas, you know me, man. I'm old school. I'm still focused on that what you showed me. But I want you fellas to remember, and I'll get to you, nephew, to pray. Trust in the Lord. Pray. Trust in the Lord. Respect your authorities, and please don't take. Don't steal, don't take, don't do anything. We taught you that. The reason I taught y'all that, and I know you was taught that, nephew, is because I was taught that. You know what I mean? And nephew, this gonna go to you, man. I know the show about you, but man, I appreciate your dad, man. Your dad, me, I call him Dr. Gallion. We was for the same thing, man, raising our kids, family, especially our sons. We wanted y'all to be successful young men, productive young men. But if what advice can you give to, because you made that transition, and you said you spoke on how you initially felt, but what did you learn from it? If a young man, you know, you knew somebody and their family was getting ready to make the transition, what advice could you give?
And they may not understand it at first, but one of the biggest lessons I've learned thus far is to really embrace change, because that's your journey. That's a part of your journey. That's a part of your story. And it's gonna suck sometimes. It's gonna be hard. You're in a new environment, whatever change you're going through, whether if it's a new environment or a new job or just whatever, new school, embrace that change. Embrace that change, because that's going to test you, number one. And if you pass that test, that's going to determine the type of man you will become. So just know that it's a test. It's nothing permanent. It's something you're going to look back on and remember to use it for, future endeavors, future problems or lessons, right, or, things like that. So just embrace that change, man. I don't care how old you are, whatever transition you're going through.
I agree with that, man, because my grandson and my granddaughter made that transition about a couple of years ago. And my grandson, he's probably 14 now. He was about 12. Play ball in the AAU circuit, man. Real good. And he couldn't understand it, man. He couldn't understand it. His friends are all up here. They went to Austin, Texas. But now he's understanding exactly what you just said, is that, they chose a decision that for the family that they thought was best. And he's starting to accept that. So I just wanted to hear from you so the viewers understand. But he's starting to come. He's at 14 now. He's starting to come along. He's starting to make friends. Got his own friends, like you say. But when he went down there, he didn't have friends. He didn't have anybody. Secondly, man, why HBCU? I'm big on that, man. Everybody know if they watch the episodes. I tried to send MJ that way. But, like you say, your path is your path. And I understand that. But what can you possibly say about it, and why did you choose HBCU?
Okay. First and foremost, I actually was blessed to have the opportunity to experience both HBCU and the PWI.
Okay.
And I experienced the PWI, a little older. So I looked at things from a different perspective. Man, one thing an HBCU can do is it instills a sense of pride in you as a Black person, male or female. And if you really take advantage of the opportunities that these schools have for you, you will learn so much about yourself that they're not teaching or shedding no type of light on within the PWI.
Absolutely.
Whether if it's the biggest or the smallest things. Like, for example, when I went to South Carolina State, we had Fried Chicken Wednesdays. And everybody would get dressed up, and they clothes and they'll go to lunch, Fried Chicken Wednesdays, and they have a DJ in there. And it wasn't about how lit or how turned it was, but as I, me being 28 years old, looking back on it, that was beautiful because it was a sense of camaraderie. It was a family, and it creates a close-knit network. A lot of those people I still talk to this day. We've worked on films together. We still, hang out. They're having kids now. And it creates that like a family. And as far as a PWI, my experience, and I'm not trying to, shun nobody who went to a PWI. But it doesn't, to me, my experience, it doesn't have that sense of camaraderie within the Black community. It's a lot of competition, And you're going to go through competition wherever you go, but
wherever you go, right?
It's unhealthy. To me, from what I experienced, it was unhealthy. And, like I said, I experienced as an older young man, so I knew how to maneuver. I knew how to, let people know, like, yo, yes, having a friendly rivalry competition is cool. That's, iron sharpens iron. But at the end of the day, we all we got. We all we got in this, you know what I'm saying? So it's different. It's different. You got to pick your battles.
It's nothing more disappointing than walking into class and you see another person who you relate to, who you can have conversation with, and y'all just walk past each other and don't say nothing to each other.
Don't say nothing.
Experienced it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can have an open seat in the cafeteria next to me, and you go sit way over there while I'm sitting way over here. Like, yes, bro, you telling the truth. Like, it's you create these unnecessary rivalries, and then when it come time to like, when it's friction or when it's like confrontation on campus, it be between us.
Yeah.
we still be in some type of entertainment that we don't got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I feel you on that, man. And I'm glad I have somebody close to me that experienced that HBCU lifestyle education, because I get to live through you with that. You know, I didn't get to, but hey, if you can ever show me some fried chicken Wednesdays or whatever, you know, as we adults now, let me know.
Oh yeah, it'd be jumping.
bro, go ahead, man. I know you got something.
Yeah, my oldest son Isaiah, you know, getting ready to look into colleges and things like that, man. I want you to, you know, Pops obviously asked you about HBCUs. Talk to me about, you know, your decision and joining fraternity, man. Let's talk about that life.
Okay.
And why the fraternity you chose, you know, some of the things you got to do, you know, while, you know, part of that fraternity and everything.
Yeah. So I am a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Me moving to Atlanta, it introduced me to a lot of new things. And that's the main reason why I said, whatever transition you're going through, to embrace it, because I don't think I would have the mindset I have now if I stayed in Milwaukee, because I just wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known. So the reason I chose, me personally, Omega Psi Phi, I was introduced to it as I think I was like 8 years old. I got two uncles that are bros, and I just saw the brotherhood. I saw the service and how involved they were within the community. The amount of change that they wanted to, place on the community and really just get involved, get their hands dirty for real. And that's something that I wanted to do, that I always was interested in, was service, and how to make my community better. So, you know, when it comes to fraternities and sororities, you have your stereotypes. You have, the Qs they the dogs, they this, they that, and the Kappas, they this and they that, the Alphas, they this and they that. But at the end of the day, we're all about service and just uplifting the community, and then putting in that work even after college. You know, a lot of white fraternities. I mean, hey, once you graduate, that's it. It ain't. But within the Divine Nine, within the Panhellenic Council, we hold it dear to our hearts, because we pledge to instill service forever until we die. So I don't care how big or how small you impact your community, but you gotta continue to do service.
Very important.
Yeah, that should be the only reason, to be honest. That should be the only reason. So as far as him going to school, and he's going to get introduced to fraternities and things like that, it's not something he has to do to make a change. He don't got to do it. It's plenty of things he can do as far as instilling service. A lot of my frat brothers, before they were my frat brothers, they started organizations on campus, without the frat, and that's just how passionate they were. So I say he can go down whatever path that calls him.
Good.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. Let's break it up one more time. All right, we're gonna break it up. I said it's gonna be some more disrespectful content we got to show. So one more time, let me bring something to you, and then we're gonna go back to the story of my boy Kadeem. 1 second here. Oh, my man still looks upset. I gotta get up out of here. I get upset seeing that again. Here go another one. Hey, here go another one though, man. This one, hey. Cam Newton got a football camp he do. Check this out.
You asked, you're a free agent. You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You about to be poor. I'm rich. You about to be poor. I'm rich. You about to be poor. I'm rich. You're a free agent. I'm rich. You're a free agent. I'm rich. He's still free agent. Where your daddy at? Let me talk to your dad. Let me talk to your dad. Where's your dad? You're a free agent. Where's your dad? You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You asked. Talk to. Let me. Where's your dad? Where's your pop? You asked. Where's the
All right. I hope everybody got to see that a little bit too. I'll tell y'all, this stuff is disrespectful, Dion, and not Cam, you know, but Cam Newton got a football camp. All right. Cam Newton has a very successful 707 team.
Hey, wait, though. So these is like the shorties in his program that's talking to him?
Hey, man. Hey, you can't make this stuff up. This obviously got to be a shorty that's at his camp, or he got a brother or nephew or somebody at the camp. Cam Newton is actually present at his camp. Like, for me, this equates to when Devin Harris did his camp at North Division. All right.
Right.
Devin played for Dallas. Devin actually showed up, you know, RIP with him and his brother Bruce. And it's just like me, like, bashing Devin because he a free agent now, but not realizing, hey, he was a Hall of Famer at one point. He was a national, you know, he Heisman Trophy winner at one. Like I just said, Heisman Trophy winner. Got to the Super Bowl, league MVP, I think. He had to go JUCO. Like, his story, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't just handmade. His cleats, everybody was wearing Cam Newton cleats, just like Steph Curry shoes playing football.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, what y'all got to say about this disrespectful video, man?
Son, nephew, sons, this is very disrespectful again. He's giving back. He's giving back. He is, like you said, son, he's big time. Heisman Trophy, went to the Super Bowl. Oh, man, disrespect goes back to your raising, man, goes back to what you were taught, man. You do not disrespect your elders, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You do not do that, man. This man, like you say, he's present. He's present. He's trying to give these young men opportunity. And you talk slick to him like this. You know what I mean? It disappoints me. It really do. It disappoints me.
Cam did the right thing. He was like, I don't even want to talk to you. Where's your dad? Where's your dad? Like, you tripping. So
you tripping. You tripping. Yeah.
For me, I'm stunned, man. I need some more context, because it's like, you know, was they having a roasting session prior to this, and it just snowballed into this, or what? Like, you know, but you know, Cam ain't ass, you know. I mean, they trying to get there. You at his camp. You know what I mean? Right. So you can only say so much. You know, he's proven himself on the field, you know. May not had a ring, or, you know, but I mean, as an accomplished player, at least, you know, that he is. So it's still got to be a certain level of respect. You know, straight calling him ass at his camp, and you ain't even, you know, out of high school yet. I don't know.
To me, this is disappointing, because this always goes to trying to get that viral moment instead of getting that valuable knowledge. Like, dog, go talk to this man. How many people that look like Cam have gotten to that level and have transformed the game and have done what this man have done? Get this knowledge. But instead, you want to get the little 30-second viral clip to feel like you the man.
Right.
For some homeboys who ain't even doing that. You ain't doing nothing, they ain't doing, you know, y'all trying to get to where this man getting to. So it's just real disappointing, because I wouldn't have, like I said, I wouldn't do that to Devin Harris. I wouldn't do it to, you know, Tony Dungy, Herm Edwards. I wouldn't do this to these cats, if these prestigious men, if they were in my presence. I'm trying to get the knowledge. I'm pretty sure KD. We finna get to this next part where we talk to Kadeem about another thing he does, but it's some people in the lane that he's creating. I'm pretty sure if he got to talk to them, that's top notch in that field, in that profession, he wouldn't be trying to get a 30-second viral clip.
What did I used to tell y'all, man? Even with us coaching here, Joe Mallets, Brian Webb, Ben Kearns. You know, we had jobs, man, but we also was coaching. Eric, Dr. Gallion, you know, respect these guys, man. We don't have to do this, man. You know what I'm saying? But we trying to give back and try to help the young men, not just with the athletic skills, but teaching them the right from wrong, man. Discipline, respect, like not what you see. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I told Jay, you know, I told you, Randy, that y'all respect your elders, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all this old, different times and man, I don't want to hear that. That's garbage.
Yeah. I feel you. I ain't gonna let. Hey, I need you around, man. So we gonna go to talk about Kadeem some more because if that blood pressure keep going down.
Hey, sir. Hey, sir. I'm getting ready. Hey, this is my nephew. If it wasn't my nephew, I think this episode I wouldn't even be involved in.
Yeah, I feel you. Let's bring you some more holy content.
Hey, nephew. I'm glad you on here because there's a lot of disrespect on this one. Oh,
hey, nah,
boy.
but you right though, you right. Like I wish I was standing that close to Cam Newton. I don't even play sports, but this man is a businessman.
Man. Yeah,
He's a
businessman.
businessman. He
That's right.
he opened one of the top-notch bars in Atlanta. It's called Fellowship, and that's my spot. And I go all the time. But it's like, man, this man is a mogul. Like, you tripping?
And ain't nobody around him. The sad thing, ain't nobody around him his age or older telling him, dog, you tripping right now. Like, everybody laughing and geeking up for the moment. Like Randy said, okay, it could have been some joking involved.
Hey man, that's why I said it had to be a roasting session or something that just snowballed into that.
Son, I hope so. I really do. Because man, you with these guys, man, you can learn some things, man. You can learn, like nephew said, Kadeem, you could learn how to get there in athletics or business or whatever. And then, like I said, you don't know who these guys know. You know what I'm saying? That can help you along the way.
All right, man. Hey, for the sake of pops, man, we gotta push it, okay? So Kadeem, we gotta push it. So one of the things you're involved in now, man, and you know what? Let me introduce it this way. One second, fellas.
Josh, slow down. Hey, Port! You stopping me? Me! I'm the lead detective on this case, which means my ass is on the line. With Captain watching our every single move, it's only gonna lead us to a wanted shitstorm. So you need to relax. Need I remind you I took that bullet that resulted in your promotion? Yeah. I risked my life so we could live, Elijah. The case was won, but the shooter got away. And now he's taunting me by dangling the carrot in front of my face. And I'm not gonna let you ruin your life off an emotional decision. You might not see it now, but it's only a matter of time before we stop him in his tracks. So don't worry about it. Don't let 30 seconds get you 30 years, Josh. I ripped that badge out of your bleeding heart. You're gonna have to do it. 'Cause I ain't going nowhere. You still hear the gunshots. See the flash as clear as tape. They took everything from me. Don't ever think for a second I don't have your back. And your front. Because you and I both know that I wouldn't even be here without you. I will do whatever it takes to make this right. I owe it to you. We will rectify this by any means.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about that. What was that project and what got you involved in modeling and acting?
Oh man. Acting, I would say it came out of nowhere, but it didn't. I learned not too long ago that my mom was into modeling. I didn't know that. She had headshots. She submitted to agencies and, all kind of things. And I didn't, she would try to push me, not really push me, but she would be in my ear like, you should try it. Because back in 2014, that's when the film scene in Atlanta started booming. A lot of opportunities started coming about. And I would do school plays. I would host talent shows. I really had a thing. I had a niche for just being in front of people and speaking. That's where it started. So as far as acting, that started when I moved back to Atlanta in 2015. I went to South Carolina and I moved back in 2015. And the opportunities just kept coming up. I was like, man, I ain't not really, studying that, on a professional level, but my mom, and other people around me was like, man, I think you should try it. Even my friends was like, man, that's you, I think you should try it out. I'm like, man, now that I'm not playing the drums or I'm not playing sports, I need a hobby. I need a way to express myself. I've always been into the arts, and the arts was my way of expressing myself. So I tried it. And, just like any other actor, you try it, you quit, you try it, you quit. And if it just keep coming back, you might want to go ahead and just take it head on. Wherever it leads you is where it leads you. You just got to know your reason for doing it. And my reason for doing it, for me, is to impact the youth. It's a form of ministry for me. It ain't about fame. It ain't about looking good on camera and all that. I mean, that's cool. But for me, it's ministry, sparking an idea in a young person's head. Mm-hmm. And subconsciously, they move forward and realize, yo, it's something out here for me. Despite what's going on in my community, despite what I see on the news, it's a way out. And it doesn't have to be acting. It can be anything. And that's why I take on roles that are different. I may play a drug dealer. I may play a doctor. I may play a police officer, whatever it is. As long as that role can speak life into someone, and as long as that role can inspire someone in whatever it is they want to do, I'm all for it. I'm all for it, because one thing about the craft of acting is very deep. If you're a great writer and you're writing out these characters, those characters, that's a real person. Somewhere in the world, you're writing about a real person. It's a real entity. So you want to speak like that. I want to speak life into someone. You know what I'm saying? So that's my sole reason of doing it, because it is a form of ministry and therapy for me.
I want to ask you a question because we had a great conversation about this. First off, do you want to shout out that project or that clip we just showed?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Ravon Miles, who helped executive produce that clip. Ravon Miles is that's one of my close friends. He's an actor as well. You guys will be seeing us on the Life Jennings story that's coming out soon. I can't give out too many details about that, but I met him on set for a project, and it's coming soon.
Okay, so we're saying that
I'm gonna have to tap in with you on that too, cause man, once I get my boys, into their journey, man. If you still into that, I gotta tap in with you, man, because in high school, being in drama club and plays and stuff like that was my league too, outside of sports. So
wow.
definitely got to tap in.
Yeah,
I got scripts and everything that we gonna talk.
Okay, for sure.
See that? Look, I didn't even know that. Like you helping.
I didn't even know.
I didn't know. You know what I mean? But when you were kind of like out of it and then you got back into it, one of the conversations that stood out to you was this time around when you had it with your dad. Mm-hmm. How did that go, and why was that impactful this time around?
So one thing about my dad, man, he's very hard working, and he don't really say too much, but when he speak on something, it's real, and you're gonna feel it. And his sense, like his grind and his work ethic is something I really look up to. He gonna make something out of nothing. So I really, as I got older, I was like, man, I want to be like that. I want that spirit in whatever I do. So acting is what I do. And he really wasn't rocking with it like that. Like he was kind of like skeptical, like, man, I don't know, Kadeem, you know what I'm saying? That's normal. That's normal for a lot of people. I expected that. But that's my dad. He loved me, and he know that he raised a soldier, to put it to you for real. And he had faith in me. He never really said it, but just his actions, you know, he supported me. So 2020, I was sitting down and I was just thinking of different ways to go into business and different ways to expand my business, because I am into videography and digital marketing as well. I help people basically grow their brands with videography, photography, video editing, commercial work, things like that. And I really want to expand. And because I was losing hope within the industry because of the coronavirus thing slowing down, so I was like, yo, I got to do something. Like, I got to get it some type of way.
So you are gonna have doubts along your journey with whatever profession you're doing, right?
Whatever profession you're doing, you're gonna go through hardships, man. For real.
We let these little cats know that. But go ahead.
Yeah. Now you got to stay solid. Whatever you're doing, keep going. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Legends, they not, you know, they don't quit. They're not legends because of just some odd, you know, magical reason. It's because they just didn't quit. They went through the storm. They went through the struggle. But back to, you know, my dad in 2020, he was like, you know what, Kadeem? He said, you need to focus on acting. That was the first time I ever heard him really like push me in that direction.
Right.
And he didn't say too much, but that really meant a lot, you know, what he said, because he was like, that meant I see something in you. I see progression in what you're doing. I see you growing in what you're doing. You need to focus on that. And that's all I needed to hear. And it's been full speed ahead ever since, because I had that push from somebody that I really love and look up to. And I just wanted that pat on the back, like, well done. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I after that, that's all I needed to hear. I got an agent. I got a manager. I'm now signed to 3 different agencies. I got 1 manager. I've been in a lot of independent projects. I've been in projects that's been on television, from Survivor's Remorse to Fatal Attraction to The Hate You Give, which is a movie starring Issa Rae. And you know, it was hard, but at the same time, my dad giving me that push, that's all I needed. Full speed ahead.
Yeah, I know that's big, man. When we get that from somebody like our pops, somebody that's in our corner, that's a huge thing, a brother. So I just wanted somebody that's listening to take away them 2 things. He had doubts along the way. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't easy. You know, he just shared some stuff about me that he had to do to get money to get headshots, you know, to get things done. You know, I don't know if he want to touch on that, but just that admiration that I have for you, man, it's unmatched. You know what I mean? And that's, you know, he said that, you know, it's not going to be easy, but also once you get that word, that encouragement from somebody that you know you've been waiting on it from, man, take that and run with that, because that's Jim, that's gold right there.
The main part is knowing, like the main, you know, for other young actors out there, whoever, know why you're doing what you're doing. You gotta have a why, and that why has to be bigger than you. Like I said, my why is acting as a ministry for me, to minister to other people. Whether if I'm playing a good guy or a bad guy, I want to spark an idea, a thought in somebody, talk life into somebody. So whatever you're doing, what you're doing, your why has to be bigger than you. If not, you don't have a foundation. You don't have that foundation, and you can't build upon what you're doing. It's going to fall. You're going to quit. You know what I'm saying? So know your why. Know your why.
Yeah. So you want to shout out your videography company, your video editing company? And
Yes. You guys can go ahead and look me up on Instagram if you want to see my work, or Vimeo. The name of the company is Theatric Visuals. Theatric is TheaTriq Visuals. And you can see my work. I just finished up a project with Jessica Myers, who's a prominent Black real estate investor here in Atlanta. Just closed the $8.9 million deal with a hotel. So she, you know, Black woman, she doing it. She booming here in Atlanta. So you can look that up. If you need any video editing work, if you need any consulting or anything. within the Atlanta area. We are not mobile state to state yet. Right now we are in the state of Georgia. So, yeah.
Got you. Good looking on that. Now, it's one thing I do know, that if I was to have to relocate and do some work in the Atlanta, Georgia area, I've been seeing that everybody that kind of go down to the warmer states or, down south, you got to have a workout regimen. You can't just still be kind of slouching, So one of the things I love about you is your discipline to that weight room. So, what does that do for you, man? And you look good, man. I got to say that straight out. I be seeing the videos, man. You putting up some iron and stuff like that. But where did the love for the weight room come, and what does that do for you?
That came out of nowhere. I ain't gonna lie to you. Man, I was in the sports within my early life. When I was drum major, it's very physical. We used to run like 5 miles a day. It was more so militant than athletic. So I was always in shape, to be honest with you. But transparent moment, I did get in some type of trouble with the law at one point, and I got over it. I made it through. The Lord gave me a second chance, and when I came back home, I didn't have no money. I ain't have no job, no car. I wasn't in school. I didn't have no type of hope at all, for real. But my church was right down the street, walking distance. And I was like, man, let me just see what's going on down here. I don't know what led me to that, but when I was in trouble, I said a prayer. I said, God, if you get me out of this, I just want you to just order my steps. Order my steps. Whatever it is you want to bestow on my spirit, what you want to put on my heart, whatever it is you want me to do in this world, you in the driver's seat, I'm in the passenger seat. We riding. So that voice spoke to me, and I took a walk to the church, walking distance. And it's hot. It's probably like 2 p.m. in July. It's hot. In Atlanta, it's hot. So I'm just walking. It's like a mile away. And I walk up there, and I go to the gym. I get a tour, and they were welcoming. And I started going. I just started going. And I kept going because of the older men that was within that gym, who also went through trials and tribulations, or who were pastors, or who were, mailmen, or who were whatever. The thing about it is they all had gyms. That's what kept me in there, the gyms. And it was a bond that we created, and we held each other accountable in the gym so we could go out into the world and do what we was supposed to do. So for others looking at me when it comes to fitness, it's like, yo, he's dedicated. Like he looked good. Man, it's deeper than that, man. Because one thing about what these gentlemen taught me, in this gym, we put ourselves through physical stress, right? When you're working out, you're putting your body through physical stress. So there's no way I will allow an outside entity to put stress on my mind and body more than I can put on myself, to build me up. I put that on myself to build me up mentally, spiritually, right, and within my craft, within my family, within church, within the word. That's why I do what I do, because it starts here. For me, it starts here. And when I go out into the world, I excel because of what I'm building inside of here. Yeah, I'm building muscles, but I'm building something bigger than that.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So fitness saved my life, for real. Fitness literally saved my life. After that, I got a car, got into school, got a job, joined church, worked at the church. It saved my life, man.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you shared that story. Pops, you got something on that? Because I see it just touched you. You good?
No, I'm just proud of you, Kadeem. I'm proud of you for sharing that with us, man. God makes no mistakes. What people don't realize is that it's a part of your journey. You know what I mean? Your shortcomings what happens is you're supposed to ask for forgiveness, ask God for forgiveness, and I guarantee you, God will forgive you. But continue to don't hold on to that. Don't hold on to it because it's done. It's done. Your granny said that a long time ago. Yeah, she had some sayings, man. You can't undo a fried egg. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
once it's done, it's done. So you pray about it and you keep going. But it's what it's doing is as you get older, you'll understand that you're becoming the man that God wants you to be because of your past. Everybody got a past. So what we have to do, we have to learn from anything that we have done and ask for forgiveness and move forward to continue to be great men. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Definitely noticed from when he went to the tall, skinny cousin to the cousin. I got to kind of addressed in a respectful way. I definitely noticed it, man. So, hey, if we keep going, man, you're gonna keep blessing these people with some knowledge, but that just means we got to get you back. We got to keep this familiar face.
I want to ask Kadeem something. Can I ask Kadeem something?
Go ahead.
Kadeem, I told the story before. You know, he was a big defensive back, big time guy, highly recruited, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was a receiver in school, right?
Okay.
And since you're talking about, you know, I'm glad you brought that up in the gym. I told him he could not stop me. He on one of the episodes, he told me what kind of defense he would have played on me. But one thing, he couldn't, his speed, he couldn't catch me, Kadeem. You got to be able to catch me to stop me. You understand?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that with you, but he probably gonna throw something at me right now. But son, you couldn't have stopped me. I wish I had footage.
Yeah.
So you saying speed would have been where my liability?
What? Not only
curious.
that, I got you probably about 2 or 3 inches too. So
Okay.
you couldn't. I'm telling you. And then I mean, I'm a thinker like you're a thinker. So hey, you got Randy in it?
I'm just saying, Randy was about to say something. What you was about to say, Randy?
I was just getting ready to just talk crazy. Pop said he was gonna burn you, bro. That's it.
What you was about to say?
He flat out was gonna say he was gonna burn you, man.
You know, it just, you know, it's some defensive backs in the game that aren't the fastest, but they dominate the craft. You know what I mean? It's about who would have done. We just gonna listen, Kadeem.
Did you hear what Kadeem said?
I heard
in the gym. Listen, you be in the gym, which I was in the gym.
Okay.
And you're talking to knowledgeable. That's what we're doing in the gym, man.
Okay.
I'm learning how to beat you, not just with my speed. I'm learning how to beat you.
I got you. Kadeem, thank you for this episode. Thank you for spending time with the Listen Son podcast family. I take my notes, man, while this episode is going. I got a full page of them, man. You delivered. And what I want people to do is continue to like, subscribe, and share this one, especially because not being able to see your cousin for so many years, and get some of these stories that you knew nothing about, stories you may have heard, but they hit a little harder this time around. It means everything. Man, I'm so proud of you. I know everybody else that is on here is proud of you. And you got to bless us. You watch some episodes, so you already know how you got to get us out of here. We need that Listen Son message, all right, where you got to say, listen, son, and you got to deliver some nuggets, something your father might have said or something you might have heard along the way in the gym. All right, them gyms you took with you, but bless us the proper way, man. Get us out of here with the Listen Son message.
For sure.
Hold on. Oh, I can't. Hold on. I'm gonna let you get a little thought on that. But recently, people, Randy has blessed us with something else.
To all the sons out there, you can be anything you want to be. Keep God first and love yourself, love your family, and chase your dreams. Welcome to the Listen Son podcast, baseball edition.
All right, we got the baseball edition out. First episode features who? Randy.
Milwaukee Brewers center fielder Corey Ray and his young son Casey joined us, man. So we are looking to get with him, his pops. You know, the weather has been making it difficult. His family is his father is still in Chicago, so obviously they getting the weather that we get here in Milwaukee, and So he's been pretty busy, but we putting that together, man. That'll be part 2. We got some locals here, hoping to hook up with some more big league guys. So keep looking out for Listen Son Baseball Podcast.
Yeah, any father-son combinations with baseball, man. No matter where you at, come check out Coach Randy, and let's get that project built up. But
For sure.
Let's go. Let's end it. Kadeem, Listen Son message.
Oh man, Listen Son. One thing I can say, it ain't on you, it's in you. I don't care what society tries to push into your mind, what they try to, whatever message they're trying to make you agree with, whatever it is that they got on, the flashy clothes, because we're moving into that time. Flashy clothes, flashy cars. You got to have this. You got to have that. You got to own this. You got to own that. It's not about what's on you. It's about what's in you. Because all of those things devalue. That's just what it is. But what's inside of you, if it's the right thing, if you holding on to the right thing, if you staying true to yourself, I guarantee you will have something much more valuable than whatever it is you see that they're trying to push onto your mind.
Thanks once again, my fraternity and sorority of listeners of Listen Son Podcast. Please, women and men, please like, subscribe, and share. Continue to support our goals to connect untold special real-life stories.